Greetings, Flesh Wound Horror freaks, and welcome to a brand new episode of Flesh Wound Horror. I am Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
What's up?
And Mike Kruger.
What's up, you sick motherfuckers?
So tonight we're actually talking about a couple slashers. I guess it has to be at least three to be called a franchise, I suppose. But we are talking Bloody Murder and Bloody Murder 2. Before we get into it, though, these movies are kind of interesting because the first one came out in 2000, and obviously at that point there was a drought, a 7-year drought, I believe, for Friday the 13th films. And I remember distinctly going to my Sunburst video and seeing a hockey masked killer, Bloody Murder. Now there's obviously a lot of Friday the 13th knockoffs, Halloween knockoffs, what have you. But this one was pretty blatant, putting the killer in a hockey mask.
How did they not get sued, though? Even the plot.
Yeah.
The setting. Yeah.
This was just like, you know what, guys, I just don't feel like working for this one.
And you can't even claim parody like Sleepaway Camp 2.
No, you can't. You can't claim parody on this one. Ironically enough, the director, I believe, went on to do he hooked up with WWE. He worked on Marine 5, Marine 6, Fighting with My Family.
He was a producer on that one.
Producer, yeah. And he actually recently Night of the Animated Dead. So, and I say that because Bloody Murder the first one does not have a very good reputation. Having said that, though, and I've talked about this on the show, back in the day, I always tried to, talk to my two ladies that always were just really nice and would talk about, what movies were renting well and what have you. And Bloody Murder was quite the seller. So even though this was a movie that not a lot of people loved back in the day, to be perfectly honest, although we'll see how it goes tonight. It's certainly been 22 years, man. It's weird when you're thinking about something like this in 22 years. I just remember it so vividly. This made a lot of money, I believe, on the video market. So for all those people that were like, why the hell do we have a sequel to Bloody Murder? And it's like, well, that's the answer. It rented. So all right. Having said that, before we get into, do you guys have any story with Bloody Murder? Todd, you were probably working in the video store at that time.
This is a little before, but I do remember the very iconic cover. I don't want to say iconic. The very jump off your shelf cover. I don't know the best way to put it.
No,
it was
definitely.
eye-catching. There we go. Eye-catching.
Yeah, no, like that's kind of how I remember this movie. I hadn't ever seen it before us watching it tonight, but I remember seeing it in the video store all the fucking time and just always just wondering what the fuck is this movie? Because there's only one hockey mask killer if I'm concerned. But what are the depths of what this is going to bring on screen? And and for a long time too, I have this list I have where I just cross off slasher films throughout the years, and this has been sitting on my list for about 4 years now. So it was about time, and I was actually looking forward to it because I was just maybe if there's good kills, and it can't be too bad. But
to be fair, we did warn you.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Well, all right. So just to let you know what it's about, although I think we kind of already did, but
it's Friday the 13th on a even smaller budget.
From director Ralph E. Portillo, who, like I said, went on to work on a lot of WWE stuff. Plans for a summer filled with fun and romance turn to terror for a group of young counselors, aka basically Friday the 13th. So I was curious revisiting this because I did not like it back in the day. I'll say something nice first. Not as bad as memory would have it. It's still bad though. Number one, basically bloodless slasher. There's very little in the way of gore in this, and this is a prime example of a movie that needs it.
Absolutely.
No nudity either. It is just poor acting. You know, it could have been just good old fashioned B movie fun, but this one, there's not a lot of bite with Trevor Morehouse. Definitely not a slasher icon at this point. There's some moments. Again, I know people like shitty slasher movies, and there's some lines that are just so dumb. Like, you'll never get a girl to take her shirt off in the refrigerator. Lines like that are just like so like, oh my god. And they're so ballsy that they even put Crazy Ralph in here.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
absolutely.
That was like, I'm like, holy shit.
That's the moment I'm like, how did they not get sued?
I don't know how they didn't get sued.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to say, "You never come back again."
Our death curse. Yeah, it is amazing what they did. And again, at this point, you guys got to remember this kind of movie could still make pretty good money at that time, and it did. I mean, like I said, they told me. I mean, I don't remember numbers or anything like that, but they said, yeah, like this is selling really, really well, and I don't know. Were there fans of this? And I'd be very curious for this first one, especially for you guys to weigh in, because I do know of people that actually like this.
Yeah, I do too.
And no shame at all. I don't get it. It probably has some value for like a riff tracks night where you sit down and just pick it apart with friends, but yeah, I don't know. Kruger, did it have any kind of camp value fun to you or anything?
Nah, this movie isn't very good at all. You already basically covered the basis of it. The acting is fucking atrocious. The dialogues are stupid, and those things are okay. But and when you don't have awesome kills to get these annoying motherfuckers out of the way, it's kind of hard to enjoy your movie. And everything's off screen or just very minimal blood, or just like a trickle of blood here or something like that. And we also get this stupid whodunit angle that like just it fucking infuriated me when we found out who it was, because it's like, yeah, no shit, it's that fucking person. Like, come on, could you be any more fucking obvious? Also, just the final thing we end with, just so we can get more movies. I was just like, fuck this thing. I will say Trevor Morehouse I would have been fine with him, even with the fucking jumpsuit and hockey mask getup. If he would have actually killed some people in creative and cool ways, I would have been fine with having him as a slasher. I mean, granted, I'm not happy that we have a Friday the 13th straight up ripoff like that, but I mean, Friday the 13th is a ripoff of fucking Halloween anyway. So, I mean, you can't really get too mad at it for that. But just as a slasher film, even without, it being a Friday the 13th ripoff, it's not good at all. It's pretty bottom of the barrel. The one thing I do have nice to say about it, though, is even though this movie was a 2000s movie, it did kind of feel like a movie made in the later 80s, with just the aesthetic and the way it's shot, and maybe even some of the cheesy acting played into there. But it's a one-time watch. I think if you're like a slasher completionist and you need to see every single slasher movie ever made, go ahead and give it a watch. But outside of that, it's not anything I want in my fucking collection. If I got
wait for the Vestra on Blu-ray now.
Fuck no. I wouldn't buy that shit. But yeah, I'm not a fan, and I agree with the people back in the day. The shit sucked.
All right. I actually kind of disagree with one thing you said, but I'll get to that when we get to that part. Yeah, this is a horrible movie. Always been. I still remember being so disappointed the first time we watched it. Upon revisiting it, I did find myself liking it more for nostalgic reasons, because for me it felt like a 2000s picture. That's what it like. It was.
It It reminded me of the Sleepaway Camp sequels, so that's why I kind of like the way it's shot, the way the characters are. It reminded me of Sleepaway Camp too. That's why I said like later
Those are-
80s.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from when you say that too, but like I have the nostalgic for that.
Early 2000s, The Hazing. Talk about
that's
a movie.
Great film.
That's a fantastic film, and
Which
talked about something that God, I hope it gets
another
Blu-ray
film that
somehow.
blatantly rips off another film.
Sure, but does it well.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I'm never gonna hate it because of who's in it. So speaking of which, we'll get to her in a minute.
Did you also like the multiple like voiceovers for when they were like reading? I was like, what are you? That's so annoying.
It's so stupid.
It is.
The fucking emails. Oh my god.
Yeah,
that
just
shit was
like
so cheesy.
we get the voiceover every time. That was dumb. I mean, the lighting at times was bad. I should say, don't confuse this with Scream Bloody Murder, which also there's like 2 or 3 movies under that title too. You're looking for the guy in the hockey mask and the very obvious ripoff. Yeah, the only other time you did have Unmasked Part 25, but that was like a parody, so that I don't count that either. But and that's actually a really good movie. But
I've never seen that one. I've heard about it though. I know Piz reviewed it a while back.
Yeah, check that one out. Vinegar Syndrome put it out.
Yeah, we reviewed that one also.
Yeah, we did that back in the day. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I can kind of see some people getting like something out of it, like for a summertime watch. It's not, hey, if we want to compare movies, something really bad from around the same time, there is Axum. Patreon.
Oh my god, no.
Patreon.com/Flesh Wound Features.
I'll watch this movie 3 times in a row before I have to watch Axum.
Axum is tough to sit through, and that is not overstated how bad that one is. But no, this one it's just not very good. It needed the kills, it needed some of the skin. It's just that type of movie that desperately needed it.
One thing I'll say though, and I don't even know if I want to give it this compliment, but like if it was back in the day and I was picking up 3 movies for the weekend and this is one of them, I wouldn't be completely pissed off. I guess is the compliment I would give it. Like I would have been like, okay, that was pretty bad, but I'm not mad that I wasted one of my rentals over it. I'm glad I at least watched it once.
I get that.
Yeah. Okay.
I bought the DVD sight unseen, so I was stuck with it.
All right, so why don't we rate this then?
All right. I can't give it a 0. I give it a half star. I never do that rating, so there you go, half star.
I'm actually a bit higher than you. I'm a 1.5.
Well, I'm going to be the generous one because it gave me some nostalgia that I really enjoyed. Not that I really enjoyed the whatever. I'm a 2.
Fair enough.
All right.
Definitely below average. But and we should mention it's streaming on Tubi.
Yeah, watch it on Tubi if you must. All right. So, believe it or not, a few years later in 2003, we got a sequel, Bloody Murder 2 Closing Camp, this time from director Rob Spera. And in this one, a girl named Tracy is with a bunch of teens closing up camp. She keeps having dreams about her brother who disappeared there, and it was rumored he was killed by Trevor Morehouse. And of course, guess who shows up for blood? So obviously, having watched the first one, and I saw this and thought, oh wow, I figured it'd be kind of tough to maybe sell the sequel, considering that the first one wasn't something that a lot of people liked. But
oh my god, but you're already
that.
Yeah, an easy sell considering how much money it made.
It made the money, but but also this was the last one, so you do kind of wonder, like, did Bloody Murder 2 sell as well? And I don't remember any conversation about that. I will say Tiffany Shepis, who is in here playing Angela, which she should have played Angela in another movie.
This is also true.
She not her first role by any means. You know, the trauma stuff predated
This
it.
is
And,
this is like the first non-trauma role I saw her in, and it finally gave me what all her trauma roles.
I'm
Did not.
surprised because I would assume it would be Death Factory.
I didn't see that one until later.
Okay, yeah,
because the cover didn't immediately jump out to me that it was her.
Death Factory is a very cheap movie, but another one that rented really well. There was just, I think it caught people's eyes and they checked it out. It's actually worth getting that DVD because there's some really just fun, playful behind the scenes stuff with Tiffany Shepis if you're a fan of her on that, at least the initial release. But yes, Tiffany's amazing. She very beautiful. And this one does everything that the original didn't. This has the skin. This shows, including the lovely Tiffany Shepis. This actually shows the gore.
And
surprise, it's a pretty good slasher.
And we don't have the ripoff mask.
You don't have the ripoff mask. I do still. It's weird. I do still feel like maybe the first one kind of hurt if we had something this quality straight off the bat, who knows, maybe Bloody Murder would have became a like a witchcraft sort of thing where we get a ton of sequels or something along those lines, but alas, it wasn't meant to be. That's not it. It's not a slasher classic or anything, and obviously the bar was pretty low, so it didn't take much to leapfrog the first film in terms of quality. But this did. It's well paced. Doesn't reinvent the wheel. Again, if you don't like slashers, you won't like this. But I had a lot of fun with it, and these earlier Tiffany Shepis roles, it's easy to see why she was destined to become, a big scream queen. Kruger, what did you think of Bloody Murder 2?
Oh, I hate to be the turd in the punch bowl, but Tiffany Shepis didn't help this fucking movie for me at all because this was the same exact situation with the first movie minus the gore, but even the gore and the kills, they all
and the tits.
I unlike you, I can just watch Pornhub and fucking be fine.
BBK.
But anyways, yeah, this didn't do anything for me. It's on par with the first movie, as far as I'm concerned. It plays out basically the same exact way as the first movie does, and goes with that whodunit angle too, and who ends up being behind the shit made me even more angrier than I was in the fucking first movie. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me now. Yeah, it just I was not having a good time with this at all, and I was just like, I watched Bloody Murder right before this too, so I doubled them up together, and like I got to about 40 minutes, and I'm like, I need this shit to be over soon because I'm fucking.
Wow, I'm surprised.
I'm checking out. Yeah, I didn't. I would say if you need to watch the Bloody Murder movies, check them both out. But big thing, probably my biggest issue actually, I did not like the fact that they changed the killer's mask. The killer's look in this was stupid. He fucking had a Jabberwocky mask on.
Maybe they were warned.
Hold on, let me finish. There's no bullshit because they have fucking the goddamn hockey mask on the fucking DVD cover art. So don't even give me that shit. They fucking put a Jabberwocky mask and this stupid fucking like neck scarf on him, and then he's wearing overalls. Like, what the fuck? You couldn't even stick him in the jumpsuit like you did in the first movie. Now he's just in overalls and a fucking long sleeve shirt. It looked so dumb, and it literally looked like somebody said, "Hey, me and my friends are gonna go make a slasher movie with our camcorder. What do you got laying around your fucking closet?" And just, I would say this. I would say if we had the look from the first movie, and maybe some of the characters from the first movie too, because I didn't think the characters in this were worse, in my opinion. I think if you mix the two together, maybe you have an okay slasher. But separately, I fucking hate them both.
Okay. Wow. Okay. That caught me off guard. But Todd,
Yeah.
where are you on this one?
Well, yeah, I've already kind of gave it away. I do like this one. I can't argue about the killer's look in this one at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I've always had fun with this one. I still do. I'm not going to even lie, could just because Tiffany Shepis is in it, and it definitely has a special place in my heart from way back when I saw it in the
and
90s.
elsewhere.
But well, I'm trying not to be a pervert like Dan. But yeah, no, I do like this one. For me, it's a good time.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to sell this one as like a fantastic slasher film. It's not, but all the elements are there. It's entertaining for me, anyways. And yeah, I liked it. Again, it for a particular stretch of time, and much like Brink Stevens, who I loved, at a certain point I got over it and I didn't have to watch everything she was in. Same thing happened with Tiffany Shepis at a certain point, but this one still holds up pretty well for me. Again, it did benefit from a very weak first film, but yeah. And I should also throw out, we've only talked about Tiffany Shepis. She's not like the main girl. Katie Woodruff is Tracy. Also does a decent job, and it's yeah. I'm kind of curious though for people to weigh in on these two movies. So please do in the comments, as always. Let us know if you love the first one. Like I said, no shaming.
I know Indie Phantom has watched both of them because I saw his letterbox reviews of them, and yeah, let us know what you think of our thoughts too, Indy.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
for sure.
All right, so let's go ahead and rate this one. What say you, Kruger?
This is another 1.5 out of 5 for me.
Oh, Todd.
Oh, this is a hard one. I'm going to be realistic. It's a 3.5. Nah, screw it. I'm going with my 4. I really do. I have fun with this one. I'm sorry.
I'll do the 3.5. It's not a elite slasher, but
you know where it gets the extra half from me. So
if you're looking for B movie thrills, I think this one delivers. So,
or if you're looking for Tiffany Shepis tits, I guess.
Yes, that too. That's. I
think that's where most of your rating is from both of you.
I should have busted out my little candle she gave me. Where are they at? So,
anyways, but yeah, to rewind, The Hazing, if you haven't seen it, track it down. I don't know if there'll ever be a Blu-ray of that one, but
I've never seen that.
Oh, watch it during Halloween. It's just so fun.
We may cover that one this year because I know if we do Night of the Demons trilogy, we can throw that one in as kind of a bonus because
the Convent also.
Yeah, well, Convent it has a Blu-ray coming, so we'll definitely cover that one there. But that's another one.
Yeah, they announced that yet.
Mike Mendes has mentioned it, so
okay,
it's info.
I think you're okay.
I know.
Yeah, he did actually mention that.
I know, that's why I know, Dan.
There we go. All right, guys. Be sure patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. Check us out. We appreciate all the support. And check out all our Oscar coverage as well. And that's all I've got. Good night. Long live Tiffany Shepis. And you have a good one.
Todd?
Good night.
Stay sick, motherfuckers.